A great evening to one and all present here. This is Dr. Kirankumar Manivannan, assistant professor from Tamil Nadu, India, actually. It's a great pleasure for me to interact with you all regarding this universal human values. First of all, I would like to thank IIU, International Internship University, for providing this platform to interact with more personalities and more persons. And I thank all the organizers, all the dignitaries who worked a long tenure actually. They provide this platform for sharing knowledge, something with relevant to the topic of universal human values. Right? Before entering into the session, actually, I would like, just a second, I will check my screen. Yeah, fine. So before entering into the session, let's have a brief about IIU, the world's first international internship university. As per their tagline, inspiring, inventing, igniting young minds. Actually, this is very much needed case in our society. Not only in society, in all the aspects. What are all the aspects we are imparting the education into the human mind? We need these kind of things. We need to inspire. We need to invent something. We need to ignite the people. So these are the main cause. So according to that, this IIU is going on. And the short span of time, the IIU has spread its wings in nearly 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership Mr. Piyush Pandit sir. Actually, it's a great thing of developing these kind of forum that's so in virtual manner. 195 countries is a very big task actually, and he is also a committed and inspiring social activist. So from this, we can easily able to analyze social thing, educational thing, and what are the things we are impacting for, we are using for this kind of connectivity, right? So these are all interlinked actually. That is a case we need to discuss in this session. And coming to the point of universal human values. So most of the people have some doubts in their mind. What is meant by human? Who is a human? What is meant by human being? Whether it is important to be a human being or it is important to being a human. Okay, there's actually some difference, right? So we need some values, we need to satisfy some values, and the human have some values. So there are a lot of things to discuss under this topic. In this session, we are going to discuss something specifically about the competition and excellence. So if we touch the concept of competition and excellence, we can able to manage the concept of universal human values more than enough, actually. This particular human values, actually, there may be some difference between animal and human being, right? So we thought that we are having sixth sense. So that makes a sense, that makes a difference between human being and other creatures. It's not like that actually. Still, some of the animals are doing much better job, much better care, much better love, much better affection than human. So in what terms we are lagging, how we are going to satisfy these conditions? These are the things we are going to discuss right. So first and foremost thing in this particular human value is nothing but whatever said is a proposal. Okay, so human in the sense we are not talking about a particular area, we are not talking about particular locality, we are not talking about particular caste, we are not talking about particular race, we're not talking about particular religion, particular language, particular state, particular country, not like that. It's entirely common to the universe actually. Human, right? So humans present in everywhere, all the countries. So everywhere humans are present, but at the same time, what universally accepted, what is meant by universally accepted, the term universally accepted, that particular statement should be accepted by everyone, not in some places or not only in some areas, or it's not like that. Okay, it should be common, it should be accepted by each and everyone. So for that, the first and foremost case study we need to explore is that whatever some person is said or something we heard is a proposal. Okay, so it may be true, it may be false. So we need to verify on our own whether it is right or not. We need to verify. So we need to analyze whether it is good or not. We need to make a decision. We need to analyze and we need to make a decision whether it is correct or not. Based on that, our decision should implicate that. That's it. So it's not like some person saying something, so it is completely true. Doesn't make sense, right? So the first and foremost factor in this human values, that is universal human values, is whoever the person, whatever the information they said, that's a proposal. Okay, so actually it is a process of dialogue. For example, if some people are conversation having some conversation, right? So that conversation is actually a process of dialogue, a dialogue between myself and yourself. For example, this session, if I am the transmitter and you people are receiver, I am transmitting something, you are receiving something. Okay, if you start asking questions or you start talking or you start discussing, right? So at the time you people become a transmitter, I become a receiver. So it's a dialogue between yourself and myself. But the most important thing within the human value, that the universal human values, is the dialogue should be between ourselves. Okay, that is a word, self. The self is the most powerful word, because if you add self in the before the confidence, right, it makes self confidence the most beautiful asset one human should have. So the self confidence, so like that, self self is a very crucial keyword in this particular domain, universal human values, right? So the dialogue should start within ourselves, right? So if you analyze something, what is the current status of an individual? Okay, this is a $1,000,000 question again, because people are classifying it with lot of diversities, because based on race, based on caste, based on geographical area, topology, whatever it is, right? Lot of divisions. But if you're talking about individual, okay, they are having some classifications like 80s kids, 90s kids, 2K kids, these kind of things, these kind of category, right? Currently, what is the status of an individual? Whether they are really happy, or they are supposed to be happy, or they are in a position to show them like happy. So what is the difference? Whether they are really, what is the difference between happiness and real happiness? Okay, so this is the thing we need to actually analyze, right? So this is the current state. Many advances have taken place through the use of science, technology, management, and medicine. So when you are comparing this particular situation with previous 5 years or 10 years, lot of advancements happened, especially in the medicine area, technological area, lot of things are rapidly developed, right? So this virtual platform is a great example for that, because at the time of COVID situation, most of the industries stopped their work, like cement industry, steel industry, most of the industry. But the education sector, the technological sector progressed only because of the advancement in technology we are having right now. Okay, so a lot of benefits and a lot of technical advancements we are having, but something is lagging. So we need to find that something. Okay, actually we are the most comfortable generation in terms of materials and facilities, but what about our inner peace and mind? That is the question here. Yes, we agree when comparing with the 1980 and 1990, 2000, this particular situation, this particular time period, have more number of electronic gadgets, more technological devices, more advancement in medical, lot of things are happen very rapid, right? But one thing, even though we are surrounded by these much of things, this much of technical advancements, this much of devices, but whether it creates happiness, this is a question we should ask ourselves. So happiness is something different. Happiness is something beyond everything. So we should not able to purchase the happiness. We are not in a position to borrow the happiness. we should create the happiness. How we are going to create the happiness? What are the methods we are having to create the kind of happiness, right? So we need to analyze in that perspective. Okay, fine. We are having devices. We are having the support of internet, everything. But this particular thing alone, it won't create a happiness factor or some byproduct like that, right? So if you think and analyze, happiness is something created within ourselves. So if you are happy, you are the sole person, you are the sole responsible for your happiness. If you are not happy, then also you are the sole responsible for you are not happy. Okay. So this is the difference actually. How we are seeing the happiness, whether we are attracting by other happiness or whether we want to create our own inner happiness. That makes a sense, right? So as individuals, are we satisfied with where we are today? As a society, do we believe the direction in which you are heading is desirable? So these questions we should ask ourselves. First thing, in individual perspective. Second thing, in society perspective. In individual perspective, just imagine ourselves. Okay, we don't need any other example. We don't need example from Google or internet, something like that. We just assume ourselves. We just take ourselves as example, and just analyze whether we are going in a proper direction, whether we are going where we are moving towards our desire, target, aim, focus, ambition, whatever it is, whether we are living a peaceful life, whether we are living a happiest and prosperous life. So these are the questions we should ask ourselves. And in society point of view, we believe the direction in which we are heading. Actually, we are not in a position to differentiate the individual and society. Actually, group of individuals commonly called the society. Society consists of individuals. So individual and society is interlinked one. So if every individual is happy in a society, society will be happy. That's the thing. So we are not going to do anything some special for society happiness, right? So if we able to maintain ourselves happy, automatically the society will become happy. So that's the main thing I want to convey. And most important thing, lot of fears available actually, right? So which of the following is your predominant fear? Which fear gives you more dangerous feeling actually? So fear of natural calamities, because we can't predict nature, even though we talked about the concepts of technological development, medical advancement like that, right? But even though we are strong enough in technology, even though we are well developed in science, even though we are a master of engineering in this particular domain, particular area, particular time period, but predicting natural thing is something quite difficult. We need to understand that, right? Because nature is something apart from all the technologies, all the sciences, all the engineering what we are going through. It is something different. We should understand the nature in a proper way. Then only we come to a conclusion whether nature is controllable or nature controlling us, like that, right? So which of the following is a predominant fear? What fear which forces you to make more dangerous, right? So fear of natural calamities, fear of wild animals, or fear of the inhuman behavior of human beings. So this is the question you should ask yourself. And previously, for example, 10 years to 15 years before, people might unaware about the concepts of medical scenario, and they are fear about the concepts of diseases, some diseases, right? Now how we are worried about this COVID situations in the past 2 years, right? So like a lot of diseases which came exist, okay, in the previous centuries or something like that, like plague, typhoid, cholera, these kind of things, right? But once we go through this particular time phase, we developed the immunity, and we developed the habitat that we are okay, we can able to come across these kind of diseases, like that wild animals. So wild animals have some understanding better than human. For example, they they don't disturb others. They are not disturbing humans. If humans entering into their paths, that's the only thing, right? But the inhuman behavior of human being we are facing in almost all the areas, all over the world. People are saying that white collar job, people are saying noble profession, people are saying they are rich, people are saying they are well developed, people are saying they are high class, whoever it is, which class they are, it's not an issue. Every class, okay, every profession, every white collar job or blue collar job, whatever it is, every person in this world is actually feared by the inhuman behavior of another human being. So this is the most uh, worrying sign of human being, because they are worrying about another human being. So look how terrible it's like, right? So this is the thing we need to discuss more beyond the other subjects actually. So how we are going to diagnose these kind of things? So at the level of individual, at the level of family and workplace, at the level of society. So first thing, we need to concentrate ourselves. We need to concentrate ourselves as an individual. So if you are proper, if you are very well matured as an individual, if you can able to make proper decisions as an individual, right, then we should automatically think upon our family and society. So the most famous English sentence is that family is the fundamental nation of a country, right? So a country depends on the progress of family, right? So in that case, each and every family is contributing something for the country, something for the nation. So at the time, if the family is happy and prosper, automatically it should reflect in the country's development. In case if vice versa thing happen, for example, if reverse cases happen, the family is not going good, the family is not happy, the family is not prosperous, the family is continuously going through the tough phase and negative phases, then automatically it reflects the society. Society means in the sense the combined society is nothing but the country, right? So the society, the impact factor of society which implicate in the countries. So these are the things we need to identify, whether at the level of individual we are facing the problem, at the level of family and workplace we are facing this problem, or at the level of society we are facing the problem, right? So level of individual sense, dissatisfaction or self-contradiction, increasing pressure due to competition. This is one of the most important case. Most of the individuals, most of the young minds are facing this particular problem. They are feeling pressurized because of this competition, because of this global competition, because of this workplace competition, school, college, everywhere, wherever they are going, they are facing this pressure. So we need to understand competition should improve the performance of an individual rather than destroying the inner peace of individual. That's the most important thing we should inculcate into the students, right? So we should think something beyond the competition. That is excellence. That is excellence condition. So how we are overcoming the problems of competition and how you are approaching the excellent state. Once if you're able to achieve the excellent state, definitely we can come through any kind of obstacles and struggles, right? And decline in health in spite of excellent medical facilities. Yes, this is the most contradictory question we are having in our mind. Even though a lot of advancement in medical field has happened, still people are going to hospitals, still people are struggling to maintain their health, still people are failing something bad about the health. So how these kind of things happen? Then the proper understanding between the technology and the nature is not actually happening. That is the thing we need to concentrate, right? And it's where the level of family and workplace deprivation, complaint, fights, interpersonal tensions, injustice that leads to the disintegration of the family. At the level of society, tendency to snatch, exploitation, poverty, and unemployment finally leads to war. So the individual should contribute towards the society. The society takes the contribution from an individual. It's actually a mutual agreement between individual as well as the society. So it's not simply say that the individual is not a part of society. Society won't relate with an individual. It's not like that. Everything is interlinked here. That is the universe actually. The concept of universe is that's the thing, right? So each and everything is interlinked. So that's why the human value should be universal. It should be universally acceptable one. Fine. So we need to overcome these kind of problems. Better, we should understand the concept of role of education. What is the role of education? Most of the people have having doubts in this area. What is the role of education? Why education? So what is the motto? What is the objective? What is the final point of education? Most of the people misunderstood this particular point. Many think that it's for earning the money. Some people think that but the education role is for earning a degree or getting a job. So these are the things they framed within ourselves, within their self. So this is the role of education. We need to earn money. This is the role of education. We need to get the degree. This is the role of education. We need to get job. And once we get the job, so then again we are in the mood of purchasing some materials continuously. Then purchase home, two-wheelers, four-wheelers. So this kind of our desire will increase automatically. Whether that's the role of education, we should think ourselves, right? So deciding what to do, what is valuable. This is a difference. This makes a difference actually. What to do and what is valuable, right? So as per the statement, without clarity in the first question, without understanding what to do, okay, even we are doing things in an efficient and effective manner, we are not sure where we want to go and what is our goal actually. So our program, actually, this is the structure we are following, right? Complete a school, admission to a college, degree, jobs. So it's something, as a human being, it's important to understand what to do, what is valuable for human being. Value, where is the value here? Where we are including the value in this particular stage? Where we are getting the value from this particular role? So what is the role of value here? What is the point? What is the place of value we are giving, we are accommodating in this particular system? That's we need to think, right? So this particular thing, actually a report from court, right? So in 1947, the literacy of the country is nearly 12%, right? Whereas in 2011, the literacy rate increased up to 74%, from 12% to 74%. It is a great rapid growth, right? But what about the values? That is the thing we need to understand. What about the values, right? So actually, when comparing with the 1947, the values in 2011 is declining. And when comparing with 2011, the values in 2022 is declining. Then what is the purpose of education? How we are going to reform this? So we need to reform the education with the help of education. That is the most interesting thing, right? We need to reform the education with the help of education, because we have no other way or no other method to practice these kind of things in a country like a highly populated countries, right? So this is the thing we need to understand. So we should understand properly, and we should understand the difference between the literacy and the values. So literacy is something different, value is something different. So our education should focus on the values instead of degree, instead of money, these kind of things. So how we are inculcating or imparting the moral values into the young minds? What are the systems we are having? How we are going to do this tough task? Actually, why we are calling it a tough task in the sense, people are practiced to be like this. This is the system. We should live like this. We should earn like this. We should educate like this. So this is a system we already developed and we are followed continuously. Suddenly, if you are saying that your values are declining, so we need to concentrate on values. We need to focus on moral values instead of technical values. So if you're saying like that, it takes some time. It takes some time. It may be months or it may be in years, whatever it is, but it takes some time. Some minimum amount of time it should take. So for that, we should understand the purpose of value, and we should inculcate the value, the importance of value to the young minds for igniting them, right? So what are the value education? How we are going to approach this particular value thing, right? So it's a universal, rational, verifiable, and leading to harmony. The harmony is actually one of the important words. because without harmony, nothing can happen here. So rational in the sense, it should not be based on blind belief. Whatever the quotes, whoever the person saying the quotes, we should analyze ourselves whether it is true or not. Right? Verifiable. The student should be able to verify the values by checking with one's own experience, and it's not asked just to believe just because it's said in the course. Whether they read in the book, whether they saw in the Facebook, or whether they saw in any social media, whatever it is, right? They should check with their own experience. That is an important thing we should analyze. And finally, leading to harmony. So values have to enable us to live in peace and harmony in our own self as well as with others. This is the most important thing, because already discussed, we should give importance to the self. Self in the sense it is present within ourselves, right? We should identify and we should understand the strength of ourselves. We should concentrate on ourselves. We should develop ourselves. We should spend time with ourselves. So the word self, which gives a lot of meaning. So one have the potential to identify their self, to extract their strength of self, to expose their self support or self strength, whatever it is. Definitely they can achieve anything. So if they can able to correlate, if they are able to synchronize their self with other human being, definitely they can maintain the harmony. So this is the thing we need to discuss, right? And contents. So universal in the sense all time, all place, all individual. It is irrespective of place, individual, time, everything. So it's common for all. Rational, it's a logical. Then natural, naturally acceptable to human being, and there is provision in nature for us. Yes, we should live according to the conditions of nature. We have no other way. Even though we are strong in technology, whatever it is, we can't control the cyclone. Okay, we can predict the cyclone and we can take safety measures against the cyclone, but we can't control the cyclone. Right? So that's a natural thing. How can we control? We can safeguard ourselves from cyclone. That's it. So it's not like that we are developing, we have technological advanced, so we are going to control the cyclone. It's not like that. Maybe in future they can find some solution for that also. But as of now, we should live with nature. Then verifiable through one's own natural acceptance as well as experience. Experience is the best teacher. The best teacher is nothing but the experience. One have a very good experience in any kind of, or for example, sports, politics, acting, whatever skill they are having. One have the proper experience, proper guidelines, proper maturity. That is the best teacher actually, right? Then we should analyze our desire actually. What is our desire? What is our aim, objective, and purpose? For example, we should have some clear analysis about what if we are going to become, okay, what we are going to do gets, what actually we want to be. This is the differentiation we should make, right? For example, consider doctor, what they actually do, they do service, they earn money, they earn respect. What they actually want to be, happy and prosperous, because happiness is something not a, it's a temporary issue. It's not a temporary case, it's a permanent thing. For example, if I ask one question, whether you want to be happy for next to one day or continuously, means everyone say, I want to be happy forever. So to be forever, happy forever is the main motto of everyone. But our thinking, our actions are according with that or not, we should analyze, right? So doctor, service, money, respect. If you take engineer, make things, okay, creating things, money and respect. An IIT engineer, some merit engineer, right? So make things, money, extra respect. Farmer, grow things, money, respect. Politician, work for people, high money, high respect. But even though this particular category is having a lot of differences among them, but consider the last criteria, what they want to be. Each and every profession, each and every person wants to be happy and prosperous forever. So this is the thing we need to analyze ourselves whether we are going towards a happy and prosperous thing, right? Yes, just analyze ourselves. These questions we should ask ourselves. Do we want to be happy? First thing. Do we want to be prosperous? Do we want the continuity of happiness and prosperity? This is the most important thing we should ask ourselves. Everyone should want a happy. Everyone is seeking happiness, right? But whether they are actually they are planning for the continuity of happiness or not, that's the question. Everyone is planning for happy, but still whether they are planning for the continuity of happiness, no. Majority is falling under no. Why? Because they are aiming some condition, they are aiming for some particular desire. Once the desire get accomplished, they forgot about the happiness, totally forget about the happiness. So it's not like that. Happiness is a continuous term, it is a permanent term. So we should focus on the continuity of happiness. That's why the most of the pressure is created from job, career, for humans. Yes, because they forget about the continuity of happiness. Actually, they keep on running towards their goal, mission, vision, dedication, passion, innovation, implementation. What are the things you should add? No issue, but they just forget about the concept of continuity of happiness. They are keep on running behind their task, goal, target, everything. So we should think, we should stop first, we should think whether we are concentrating on the continuity of happiness or not. So that's the thing we need to understand. And human being relationship as well as a physical facility, both are important, right? So what makes the difference between animals and humans here in this sense? Animals, this physical facility is necessary and adequate, where the human beings, the physical facilities are necessary but definitely not adequate. Okay, so they are continuously they are targeting some facilities, some physical facilities. For example, mobile phone, laptop, whatever it is, they are not comfortable with the physical facilities what they have already. So they are seeking for, they want to update, they want to they're thinking that if they're having some technical devices that creates happiness. It's not like that. So happiness is some different subject apart from technical devices, science, technology, engineering, everything, right? So we should concentrate on the relationship as well as we should concentrate on the physical facilities. So we should understand the purpose of physical facilities. What is the purpose of car? We should understand, because the car or two-wheeler, whatever it is, the purpose of the particular automobile is that transport. So instead of that, we need comfort transport, luxurious transport. So it goes on like that, right? So we continuously concentrating on these kind of things rather than to enjoy the transport. So we are not enjoying the transport, actually we are enjoying the physical facilities in the transport. So this makes a difference between the previous case and the later case, right? So right understand, the most important term in the universal human values is nothing but right understanding. It's not about understanding. Right understanding, how we are understanding, the right understanding, the sense it should be agreed by universally. Okay, it should be accepted by all at the same time. So right understanding in the self. Okay, right understanding with the human beings, right understanding with the physical facility, right? The same thing for animals, necessary and adequate physical facility, but human beings is necessary but not adequate. Given what the question is, whether all the three parameters are required or something redundant, is anything more required, or are we working on all the three? If all the three are required, what would be the priority? This is the question action, right? Right understanding the self, right understanding with human beings, right understanding with physical facility. So whether we are concentrating on the self, our mind needs, or body needs. Actually human being is a coexistence of self and body. Don't forget this. The combination or the coexistence of self and body makes a human being. But we just forget about the concept of mind or self, and we keep on thinking about the things required for body, human body. So human body is something different from human being, right? So the mind, the presence of mind, the addition of mind with the human body, the coexistence of mind with the human body makes a human being. So we definitely, we must concentrate about the human mind. Without mind, there is no human being. This is a human body actually. But we are continuously concentrating only on human body. Dresses, food, shelter, whatever it is, right? So just give some time, just allot some time for human mind. Okay, just concentrate on yourself. Then only you can able to explore various things, right? Then this is a human consciousness actually. So right understanding the self, relationship with human being, and physical facility with the rest of the nature. These three things will combine together to make the human consciousness, right? So yes, the role of education actually. So the role of education is to make this particular thing. Yes, for example, in this particular slide, you can able to view the difference between the animal consciousness as well as the human consciousness. So only if you are concentrating with the physical facility with the rest of nature, that makes animal consciousness. How we are transforming from animal consciousness into human consciousness sense, we should concentrate on right understanding, relationship, and physical facility. So relationship in the sense mutual happiness, physical facility in the sense mutual prosperity. Everything is mutual. So it's not depend on some single person or something like that. Okay. So we should have that particular understanding, right understanding, universally accepted values, and mutual prosperity, mutual happiness. So this makes the difference from the animal consciousness into human consciousness. Right. So what happened if we forget about ourselves? For example, when you do not understand the self, or you sometimes over evaluate the self, and sometimes you are under evaluating yourself, right? The over evaluation of self is called ego. We have self in ourselves, but we are not taking care of that self. Okay. So we are sometimes we are over evaluating ourselves, right? That particular thing we are calling it as ego. Sometimes we are under evaluating the self, that we call it as depression. So this particular ego and depression is caused only because of lack of understanding, lack of right understanding. So one should understand thoroughly about ourselves, because that's ours, right? So we are the boss of ourselves. We should take care of that ourselves. If we are not, if we not, then whom? So these kind of questions we should ask ourselves. We should allocate some time. We should allocate some time to concentrate on ourselves instead of many things we are spending time, right? For example, purchasing, online shopping, windows, chatting, social media platform, whatever it is. A minor time, at least a minimum amount of time we should spend only for ourselves. That's the most important thing we should take from this, right? Yes. Actually, this is the thing. It's a material order. We are having material order, plant order, human order, family, society, human created systems. So almost all the things are interlinked, right? So human order in the sense, it should be human order in the sense, it should interlink with family, society, human created systems, plant order, animal order, material order. Material in the sense, what are the things we are creating for our own conveniences or for our own comfort, right? So these kind of things we are calling it as a material order. So human order should link it with everyone. It depends on the plants, depends on the materials, it depends on the animals, society, family, whatever the things. So human is a centric point here, right? So we should understand the difference between acceptance and competence. First thing, I want to make myself happy, right? We should ask the question, I am able to make myself always happy? This is a statement, I want to make myself happy. But if you're converting the statement into question, okay, I am able to make myself always happy, whether I can, whether I am succeeding or I am failing, I don't know, right? Then second thing, I want to make the others happy. This is the most important thing. Not only you are making yourself happy, you are making others happy. And I am able to make the others always happy. Then the others wants to make herself or himself happy. This is the third question. We don't know about others, and we don't know about their mind thought. We don't know about their thought process, right? But it's a statement. The other wants to make herself or himself happy. Then we should ask ourselves, the other is able to make herself, other sense apart from except ourselves, everyone is others. Your friends, family, workplace, situation, people, everyone is others, right? You don't know, you don't have any idea about others, but you are thinking that you are thinking for them also. Yeah, they are happy, they are very happy, they are happily spending their time. Like that, there are a lot of thinking going in your mind, right? Last question, the other wants to make me happy. This is a thing, it gets ended up actually. The other wants to make me happy. Is there any guarantee anyone should give? Definitely not, right? Because it depends on other. If you are able to make others happy, then the same thing will happen, right? The other also will try to make you happy, but your mind won't accept because you're not believing the others. That's the thing. We should have some right understanding between the persons, between the humans, actually, right? So the feeling of acceptance for excellence. Okay, so excellence in the sense understanding harmony and living harmony at all levels. The self, in family, in society, in nature and existence. And most importantly, the excellence and competition are not similar. First of all, we should understand this. The excellence and competition are not all similar. Okay. So excellence in the sense one helps to bring the other to this level. Whereas in competition, it's not like that. Okay. Competition, everyone knows, right? They are moving for, they are focusing, they are running for some specific task or target. That's it. Excellence is not like that. So we should we should move ahead of competition and should exceed this excellence. This is one example. They are cricket players actually from different nations. So they both are rivals in their sports, respective sport. But these two players congratulate each other. These two players will support each other in their difficult times actually. So this is kind of excellent situation because both players have same motto. Their team should win. Both players have same energetic level. Everything they worked hard for this particular position. But the thing is, at the difficult times, how they are treating each other, how they are supporting each other, even though they are from different nations, they are supporting each other at their difficult times. So this is the excellence condition actually. So this should be these kind of things should be ignited or inculcated to all the young minds, right? And you know very well about this particular story, right? Tortoise and hare story. And the old story is nothing but the hare actually sleep sometime, and in between the tortoise will run. So now the story is modified. Excuse me. So now the story is modified something, right? And it goes to some next level. So in between the field, in between the competition, if the water area crosses, right? So it is a little bit difficult for the rabbit, for that hare to cross the line and win the situation, right? At the time, the tortoise will easily go through that particular river or some water area and it can win. But if the excellence condition will happen between the tortoise and hare, what happens? The rabbit will help the tortoise in the land condition and the tortoise will help the rabbit or hare in the sea water condition. So understanding other difficulties, understanding the other strugglings, and how you are helping, how you are giving space for them. This is the most important thing we should analyze. This is just an example, right? Yes, these things we should understand clearly. Uh, how how we are concentrating, how we are thinking about other, and how we are thinking about ourselves. For example, a glass is broken, right? What if somebody is doing like that? Then what we'll say? The other broke a glass. Okay, the statement should like the other broke a glass. If we broke the glass, what we'll say? The glass broke by accident. Actually, we don't do anything. We didn't do anything. The glass itself fell down, right? So this is the statement we are providing. And next case, the other did not come on time, right? If someone makes some late or some delay for some occasion or something like that, we just simply put on the statement, they did not come on time. They're not respecting the time. They don't have any punctuality, these kind of things. But same thing happened for us. What we are saying, how the statement will be. I tried really hard to reach on time, but unfortunately, I didn't get. So we tried really hard, but others not tried in our perspective. The same thing in others' perspective, that they should mistake ourselves, right? So next case, the other makes mistakes intentionally. If some mistakes happen, they are doing it intentionally. But if we make mistakes, it's by only accidents. Okay, so this is the difference between others and ourselves. And finally, it leads to others are bad and I am good. So we should analyze the intention actually. If some people broke the glass or something, some people did some mistake, instead of pointing out something, instead of pointing out the negative comments or something like that, we should analyze their intention. What is their real intention? Whether the intention is to break the glass or the situation makes like that. Okay, so we should analyze and understand the intention. That makes the right understanding. That makes that gives actually the good harmony between one people and other people. So we should focus on that. We should concentrate on that, right? And yes, these kind of things. Doubt on intention is a major reason for problems in relationships. Most of the relationship having some problem only because of doubt on their intention. We are having some doubts on their intention. That's creating the problem here. So why should we have doubt if we have right understanding? If we have right understanding, if we are connected with some particular people, there should be no doubt on their intention. We should clearly understand their intention, and our intention is clearly understood by them. So this is a proper example, proper way of communicating with people, proper way of maintaining relationship, proper way of maintaining the harmony, right? So this is opposition and trust, how you are opposing and how you are trusting something. And just look at this differentiation. So differentiation in the sense, lot of differentiation we are making, right? We made a lot of differentiation actually with respect to body, gender, age, race, physical strength, with respect to physical facilities, wealth, cost, with respect to belief. Lot of isms we are having, lot of sectors we are having. And finally, what happened? Everything, every motto of every individual or a motto of every human being is to live happy. This is the final thing. But before achieving the task, we are having lot of struggles created by ourselves, not because of science, not because of nature, these kind of things. Everything was created by ourselves. Lot of differentiation we created, lot of disrespected we are giving, lot of sectors we created, right? But we should understand, we should analyze just a minute, we should analyze one thing. What is the purpose of human life? What is the purpose of education? What is the purpose of happiness? How we are approaching the happiness? Whether we are searching for happiness or whether we are the reason for creating happiness. If we are feeling happy, definitely we people should be the sole responsible for that. If our happiness depends on other person, definitely that happiness won't stay forever. Okay, so at the time we should understand one thing: happiness should be created by ourselves, and especially this happiness, we are the we are the owner of that happiness. Actually, we are the creator of our happiness. Actually, fine. Yes, this is the goal of human being or human goal: right understanding and right feeling in every individual, prosperity in every family, fearlessness in society, coexistence with nature. So if we are able to achieve all the four conditions, right understanding and right feeling in every individual, that is achieved via happiness. Okay, first thing. Second thing, prosperity in every family. If we attain the first point, first criteria, then automatically we are moving towards second thing, that is prosperity. We are achieving the prosperity in every family. If we obtain these two conditions, then we are moving on to third one, that is the fearlessness in every society. Society will turn like that, will change like that for sure. And everything, all the three things we achieved, finally we are moving to coexistence in nature, right? So nature is a part of our life. We can't simply separate the nature from our life. We should include nature in all the cases. So this is the human goal, from individual to nature, right? So this is just example for this. 1/3 of world food goes waste. This is according to the State of the UN report. Especially they are pointing out food wasted in North America and Europe per year leads to 220 million ton, only in North America and Europe continent. Whereas food produced in sub-Saharan Africa per year is nearly up to 230 million ton. That means a continent is getting some food around 230 million ton. Some other continents are wasting 220 million ton. Okay. So, and one more example, they stated that Americans throw away 25% of food they purchase, right? So, likewise, we are considering the food into a natural thing, or considering food into the material or property, whatever it is, right? We should understand the importance of that particular products, whether it is an automobile, whether it is a food, whether whatever it is. We should understand, and we should have the right understanding about the particular thing. What is the necessity of food? Okay, so what is the required intake of ourselves? How you are taking the food? So these kind of things we should have. These things we should analyze ourselves, right? And this particular things, global food production is 6 times requirement, and global food wastage is 1/3 of production. Wastage is enough to feed 1,300 crore people per year, actually, right? So just look at these statistics. Actually, these are all from FAO, right? So these are the things we need to think ourselves, whether we are going in a proper direction, whether we are going in a reverse direction, whether we are moving in with some diversion. So these kind of things we should understand, right? So, and finally, I want to conclude with just only one statement, right? You are the boss of your happiness. Your happiness should not depend others. Okay, it depends only on you. No other should take credit for your happiness. You are the sole responsibility of your own happiness. If your happiness depends on others, then definitely that is not your happiness. Okay, so don't search happiness, just create happiness. Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, and I thank IIU International Internship University for providing me this particular platform to interact with you all regarding this universal human value. Thank you. Thank you, organizers. Thank you so much.